Hey there, everybody. My name is Lexi, and thank you so much for joining me today. Today, I'm going to be chatting about how not everyone is going to like your shit, your stuff, your art, your work, really whatever industry you do. Not everybody's going to like it. And I have my friend here, super producer, Hugh Stephner in the house. So, if this is a conversation you'll be interested in staying tuned with, keep watching, keep listening. So we're going to start off with Lex Check, which is just a check-in. You know, how you doing? What's going on in your life? Something you want to get off your chest. Yeah, you want to take these shots before that? What you sipping on?
What is it again? This is the honey?
That's the Tennessee Honey Jack Daniels. And this is 1800 coconut. All right.
Emphasis on the honey.
Yeah,
they make it real sweet.
The coconut. So, what's going on with me these days? I didn't even really think about it before we started this. Told everybody about getting my certification as a personal trainer. And I'm working on doing the nutritionist certification next.
Did you tell me that?
Did I?
Damn, I don't think I caught that. Congrats, though.
No, thank you. I thought I did last time I came to your house.
You know what? If you did, my mind is like scrambled eggs. It's just...
Yeah. Profil said fireworks. Yeah, man. I got some Hispanic people. They live in the neighborhood over there. And they party like every weekend. It's fireworks every single weekend. But sometimes it be sounding like not fireworks.
That's probably a family I saw standing outside when I was pulling up.
Oh, for real?
It was a family.
This neighborhood?
Mm-hmm.
Well, damn.
That's another thing too, man. The GPS took me to the wrong cul-de-sac. Then it wrapped around, and I'm like, why?
Did you use Apple Maps?
I did.
Yeah, they don't know the way. You got to use Google.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've been meaning to switch from Apple to Google. Like, I'm doing better though.
Did I uninstall Maps on my phone? I don't know, but I made Google my default, so for that reason.
Yeah, I gotta retrain myself to get used to using Google Maps.
Yeah,
it is better too.
Yeah,
it's definitely better.
But I was gonna go to Tampa this past weekend for Christmas to see family, and that's actually why we're recording today and not. I usually do these Thursday or Friday. At least that's my goal. I was supposed to be leaving out Friday to drive to see my family, and I went on Turo and everything to get the car, rent it. They give the host 8 hours to approve it. It was last minute. But, you know, I'm thinking everything is cool. He just needs to look at the message. It was a black host. So I'm like, all right, maybe he's just going to take a while and, you know, it'll be all good in the morning. But I woke up at 6 a.m. and said he approved somebody else. Like, my trip was canceled. Wow. So it's like, all right. And I don't want to drive my car down there because I just don't want to put the miles on it.
Yeah, drive my car. I'll hold your car for a week.
Oh, word?
Yeah.
For real?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah.
So if I needed it for New Year's weekend.
You said how long?
I will be gone Thursday. I'll come back on Sunday. So Thursday morning till Sunday night.
Okay. We could talk about that.
Of course, you might be saving me some money.
I'm about to say, my car is definitely better on gas, too.
Yeah?
Slow.
Slow?
It is slow.
I mean, I just need the distance, not really the speed.
Okay, no, it'll definitely get you there.
Yeah. Okay. We'll talk about that for real afterwards.
See? Connections, man.
Connections. So, yeah. I was sad about that because I wanted to see my family. I'm trying to do better with me personally as far as like when I think about people, call them or text them, or when I want to talk to people or connect with them more, making plans to go see people. That's something I've been struggling with a lot. So I had planned on seeing my family, and I promised my niece that I was going to be there for her Christmas break. either that or she was going to come up here to spend her Christmas break with me. But so that was messing with me a little bit. I didn't have any other plans for Christmas. I was not supposed to be in Atlanta. But it turned out to be a good Christmas. I invited people to have red beans and rice. But people were busy and had their own plans already. So it was a chill day. It was good. If y'all saw on my Instagram, I posted that I actually did get to go do body painting with Milk Tattoos. Shout out to Milk Tattoos. We did the candy cane skeleton, so that was a lot of fun. And yeah, I hadn't spent my Christmas like that before, so it was interesting to be able to spend it that way.
How's that experience? You know,
being painted?
Yeah.
It's good. If I had gotten like full body, because I only got from the torso, I only got my torso painted, so I could sit down for most of the time. When I've gotten full body done before, I had to stand up the entire time, and that's like at least a 2-hour process.
Sheesh.
Yeah. But when he did it yesterday, I was sitting down in a chair, and most of the stuff he could just do with both of us sitting down.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, that's crazy. I always think about stuff like that because it's like the end result is like, okay, dope. But the process of doing it, like,
the process. And I got the time lapse video for it too.
Oh my god!
So it's crazy. But yeah, that's what's going on with me. What's been going on with Hugh Stephner?
So what hasn't been going on?
Talk about it. You need another shot? You good?
I will take that shot, but
you can finish the bottle for me because I think it's like less than half a shot left.
Oh, why not?
Yeah.
What have I been doing? We all go through this roller coaster, right? Mm-hmm. And I think right now I'm back up. You know, I'm the exciting part right before it crashes or not crash, but goes down. Mm-hmm. I mean, what can I say?
You want to be specific, or you just...
I don't want to give too much.
I feel you.
Okay, let's say this. I'm back up because I'm getting projects thrown at me left and right. I'm working, and that's always a plus, right?
Right.
Because sometimes, you know, we go through those cold periods when the things are slow and you start to stretch, and you're like, oh man, I might have to pick up my second hustle.
What's your second hustle?
The last thing I was doing was Postmates.
Hey.
And on the side of that, I was cutting hair.
Of course. Are you still, like, how heavy are you still with doing barber stuff? Or is it mostly just...
I just cut trends hair.
Okay.
There's one person. Cause I mean, I like it. Mm-hmm. I like the art of it, but I don't know. Just when you look at how much money you make for standing there for 1 hour cutting one person's head, but even if you perform the full service, it doesn't equate to what I do musically.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like...
The energy that you could be giving to the music versus like... Yeah.
Real quick, I actually had a scary thing happen. So when I was doing Trent's hair one day, we was at the old studio at Kissworks.
I've been there once.
I'm trimming them up, I'm doing the lineup. And my clipper just like exploded right by his face.
No.
I swear.
Like actually...
It just blew up.
Did it overheated?
I guess that's what happened.
Oh my God.
Which is weird because I've had it for years. And those are actually pretty durable clippers. So I don't know, but it scared me. Good thing he wasn't hurt. I was like, bro, you good? You good? I'm so sorry. Are you all right?
Oh my God.
He was like, what happened? I heard a pop.
You heard a pop?
I'd rather him have said that versus him being like, oh my God, my face is burning.
Could have been sued, my boy.
Right, and ain't nobody got time for that. But other than that, just...
Wait, when was that?
That was last year.
Okay.
Yeah, I got replacements.
Yeah.
We're not using those no more.
Damn. I've never heard of clippers exploding.
As many videos as I've seen and all the reviews that I watch, I've never heard anyone say that their clippers have exploded. Mm-hmm. If anything, maybe there's a shortened the wire to where it stops working or never an explosion.
And your hand was okay?
Yeah, my hand was fine. So it wasn't like a giant, big old explosion. It was just a little pop, a spark, and some smoke after. It was like pop. That's the smoke, y'all.
Oh my God. That's crazy. It reminds me of like when people used to say you shouldn't sleep with the phone next to you on the charger because it could explode. Was it like newer iPhones that were doing that at one point? You remember?
I don't know about iPhones. I know definitely Samsungs.
Samsung.
Look, no shots fired. I don't care what phone. I just need something to call. So I'm not team iPhone or team Samsung. I'm team communication.
Make the call. Team communication. I like that. Hashtag team communication.
Team communication.
Team communication. Yeah, that's definitely scary. You want to hear something else that's scary?
Like lion, tigers, and bears?
Other than that, maybe scarier actually. So, you see that thing on my door there?
Oh God, I don't like where this is going.
I was cleaning my porch because I have this little home loving chart where I will tell myself, okay, on this day I'm going to do these certain things. Today, well, I'm catching up on my cleaning. I'm behind by like 3 or 4 days now. But one of the things is to clean the back porch. And I'm cleaning, I'm sweeping off all the leaves or whatever, getting rid of spider webs. And I look at the door, and you know that rubber part, there's like a barrier.
Oh, in the inside of the door?
Kind of.
I know you're talking about.
Mine has like on the outside of that door. Mm. But like I could see like where it maybe it looked chewed through or like manipulated. Mm. And right at the height of where the handle for the door is. So I'm like, was somebody trying to get in one day? I can't remember if this was before I moved in. Like, did it look like that before I moved in,
That's what I'm thinking.
So that's what I'm hoping anyway. But just in case, I put that thing back up there because I haven't been using that since I've been here.
Does that come with the place? Or yes?
Oh, that was mine.
Okay.
That thing on the door? Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was mine.
You can never be too safe. There's some crazy stuff out here, man.
Yeah. But now that, and then the whole thing with my garage door has got me thinking that maybe I should go ahead and invest in getting like some Ring cameras.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
You were a woman here by yourself. Definitely.
I got tools and things.
Oh, of course.
When you walk in my house, you see baseball bats. And I can't tell the people what hammers. I keep on me, hammers. On the side of my bed is a dagger. So I'm not playing those games if anybody wants to try me,
She also knows how to use the Kamehameha wave and the Gallic gun.
Just saying. I don't think people want them problems. So.
Definitely.
Yeah, that's what's going on with me. I'm going to get closer because I
feel like I'm closer.
In frame enough. Yeah.
I'm that goofy. Don't mind me.
It's okay. I don't mind at all. So yeah, that's all that's been going on with me. Possibly considering joining another team. I guess you could say, like for writing or engineering.
What team are you with now?
I'm with one team called, oh my God, Box Bangers. Yes. But we haven't done stuff in a while. I'm like, yo, what's the name of that? What's the name of that group?
I'm very childish right now.
What?
Box Bangers.
Because you're nasty.
I might be.
I'm nasty. They nasty too, actually.
Well,
they would probably deny it, but
that's usually what nasty people do.
Yeah. Why? I don't.
Fair enough.
Why we gotta deny the nastiness? We all know we nasty.
It depends, because if you confirm it with the wrong person, then they just like,
they be like
overly excited and just think just because you're nasty that's an automatic green light for them.
They think just because you're nasty, they gonna get some.
Right? It's like, I'm nasty, but I'm not sharing that with you.
I don't want to be nasty with you. That's really true.
So what's your catchphrase? Is it Miss Lexi, if you Nasty.
You know what? I don't have a catchphrase. I have a nickname that everyone keeps calling me, Sexy Lexi.
Sexy Lexi.
Yeah. Especially when I come to the studio and I'll be like dressed up.
That name has been in my head since you told me that name. I'm like,
when did I tell you about that?
This was a few months ago. Like,
yeah.
It has a ring to it.
Sexy Lexi.
But you know what? So I got something that can kind of go on the side of that. I was trying to find ideas for a new tag, right? And I came up with Handsome Hef.
Handsome Hef.
Or Handsome Hefner.
Handsome Hef. They call him Steph.
That's what Sexy Lexi reminded me of.
Hey, were you listening to my tag, the tag that I did?
I wasn't at the time. But, I mean, all my beats, first thing you hear is, Steph C, baby.
Steph C, baby.
This is the voice behind my tag. If you've ever heard my beats,
killing them.
Hey, you know.
Oh, Steph C.
You did send me.
I sent you a few options.
So, okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go public with this. I mean, it's just jokes, but so when you sent me that over and I was playing them, I think I was around Trends, and he was giving me hell.
What'd he say?
He just kept making this dumbass face. He was like, so how you get them tags? What, you there? I'm like, bro, come on, man, leave me alone.
Oh my gosh.
I was not there.
Not the...
This was a favor of a friend.
Yeah.
You know, you good to me though. You are good to me.
Thank you. I try. You're one of the few humans I'm nice to.
See, now when someone says that, you take that into consideration. There's some other godly stuff going on.
Nah, I'm nice. See, the hat says it all. Y'all can't see, but I got a Santa hat on the corner of my TV, and it says nice. It was turned to naughty before Christmas.
So yeah, the way you have it, I think the other side definitely says naughty in big, bold, all caps.
No, it's pretty. It's dainty writing, which would describe me well. But anyway, we're not getting into that kind of conversation. That's all that's going on with you?
I'm still, not still, but opening a studio. I'm actually
Billionaires.
Billionaire Studios. You can actually follow that Billionaires, EARZ Studios on Instagram. Just, it's a process, you know.
Yeah,
right now,
put that in the description down below.
Yeah, this is the famous. So, but yeah, Jay Stone is another producer and studio owner. I was actually teaming up with him on the project.
Nice, I didn't know that.
Well, let me clarify because I don't want to make it seem like I'm an investor or anything like that. I've really just rented out a space for him, but I'm gonna help him build the studio. So right now, it's just things are on hold, you know, because of contracts and different things. And I'm also, aside from him, just looking at different locations. So just time. And while I'm waiting, I'm just going to focus on other things. Like I said, I got projects that I'm working on with artists. I got the new studio at the crib, so I finally got a chance to dive back into production, because my whole thing was for the last year, maybe for more, my old MacBook, it started having problems. I mean, and I produce off of Logic, so I'm producing. Computers constantly overheating and the fan's on and it's crashing. It's like as soon as I load up a snare, crash.
Dang, one sound at a time?
One sound. I mean, I'm being dramatic, but pretty much that was the issue. And I'm just like, I can't work like this. So I switched over to engineering, and I just put all the focus into that. So bettering my skills, picking up different techniques, mixing and mastering and so forth. Even marketing, like how to make more money and build my client base off that. And that's pretty much what's been going on. But like I said, now I'm back over to the beats, and I've been going crazy. I've been going freehand.
You been going what?
Freehand.
Three what?
Freehand.
Three ham?
Freehand.
What that mean?
I just made it up.
Three ham.
So 3 crazy, 3 ham, same thing.
3 ham.
So 2 ham, 2 crazy. I'm 3 ham, 3 crazy.
Where did 2 ham come from?
Going ham and then going crazy.
Oh, okay. Going ham.
Going ham.
But times 3.
Times 3.
You had to take me through that.
I'll just be spitting them out.
That reminds me when I tried to make the phrase "pick them stacks up" popular.
Did it catch on?
No, only with me.
You know what I noticed? Like, certain things do catch on, but I think because of social media, we're used to, if 1 million people are saying the catchphrase, then we're feeling like it's successful. But we also got to take in consideration, if you get at least 3 people that you know to say your catchphrase, it's successful. Because those 3 people can turn into 6, 9, so forth.
Yep. Reminds me of Key and Peele. They tried to make some catchphrase popular. I'll have to show you after, but I don't know. They was like, all of them was like, yeah, da 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 da. And which one is it? Peele?
I'm trying to remember the catchphrase.
It was like, does it have something to do with a chainsaw or something?
This is all
He was like, this doesn't, what? That's stupid. What does that even mean? I was like, when you da 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 da. It's like, guys, that makes no sense. It's like, it's... And everyone was so hurt. And then he joined in on the fun. And everyone was like, yeah. I'm going to have to show you afterwards. It's funny.
She's going after your toes.
Me? Girl, if you knock this phone over, we're going to have problems.
It's interesting that she chose that spot. And she's going after you.
Oh, look how graceful she is.
Well, that's the blessing of cats. They're pretty accurate.
She's the most dog-like cat I've ever known. Or maybe it's just the way I'm raising her.
Could be.
Look at those eyes. They're so wide. See, what cat does that? Anyway, y'all, that's it for the Lex Check. We're going to get into the topic of the conversation after these messages.
Goddamn, raise your hand if you working hard. Goddamn, raise your hand if you know you say, yeah. She work, hey, she work, hey, she work, okay, yeah. She work, hey, she work, okay, she work, she say. You can tell them that you say, you can tell them that you say.
Ready for this, Steph C?
I was ready, boss.
Okay, so today's topic. I was on live earlier in the studio, and Steph C was commenting on the live. He wasn't at the studio with me, but he was commenting on the live because how did it come up that I told y'all about how one of the clients I had, she got upset because of the facial expressions? Oh, I was telling y'all I had to be careful with my face because it'll show everything. And I had one client, and then Black was like, that's when I put him in the corner to record so they don't look at me. So they don't look at me while I'm recording.
Well, my comment to that is, it's not that, and I'm very rebellious. You don't have to change or switch up anything, but again, like the topic says, people have to understand, not everyone's going to respond how you want them to, and that's just the reality of it. I get it, you're recording, you're in the moment, you're excited about the song, and so you're expecting your engineer to be excited, but it's like, and I just had this conversation with a new client, because his thing was, our first time we met, he came in the studio confident, and I respect confident, definitely be confident.
Yeah.
But he's like, but he gave me a card, and he says, yeah, bro, you gonna fuck with me, man, fuck with me. If you don't, then after you hear this, you gonna fuck with me.
Fuck with me.
So you gonna fuck with me if I put that on the shirt?
You know what? Maybe you should.
Maybe, you know what I'm saying? But so many people say that. But to get to the point, I was just straight up with him. I said, listen, G, I'm gonna check you out, cool. We'll see what's going on. But the reality of it is, at least for me, I might like trap today.
Mm-hmm.
I might not like it tomorrow. I might like pop tomorrow. So with me, it's a mood. It's a vibe. And even within a genre, an artist has to really wow me, and I don't excite easily. Not to say I'm like some god producer or whatever the case. I just have my preference, just like anyone else.
No, them shades are pretty intimidating though. I don't know what your eyes are doing. You got the poker face on right now.
I got the googly eyes behind it.
But yeah, so did you have like, have you ever been in a situation where maybe, because with me, my face can't hide anything. And most of the time I think I'm pretty like stoic. And I have what people would call like resting bitch face, right? So I really don't want this filter to be lost because I don't have any makeup on right now in real life.
You look okay.
No,
okay.
I'm spoiled by these Instagram filters.
So since you want to go there, I'm going to say you were actually one of the few people who are blessed to look good without makeup.
Really?
Because I looked at you, I didn't think, oh, she has makeup on or not.
Thank you.
You look good.
Thank you.
Own that shit.
Own that shit. You know what I'm saying? No bullshit. Free my nigga. He locked up right now.
Oh my God.
He might be coming out Friday or Saturday. We'll see. But yeah. I have what you would call resting bitch face. And so most of the times I'm just looking like this. My eye looks so lazy from this filter. It's really bugging me. But so I had one client in particular, a female client, and I wonder if that matters too. A female client, and it was late. I didn't really feel like doing the session, honestly. And it was a last minute thing to where she hit me up like 2 hours prior, like, hey, I want to get in to do this 1 or 2 hour session. It had to have been 2 hours because I'm not leaving my house for 1 hour. So I'm like, all right. I didn't really feel like it because I had a long day. But she was also like, please, Lex, I've also had a long day too, but I really want to get in with you because I love working with you, blah, 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 blah. Extra details that I probably didn't need to know as far as like, I love working with you and, you know, just trying to like butter me up basically to get me to come into the studio. It's not necessarily like genuine compliments. So we get to the studio and I don't know if a lot of people realize this, but when I'm not really connecting with the music or I'm not really feeling it, I'll be in my phone on Instagram. And I make faces when I'm looking on Instagram because something is like, that's what got my attention. I might be reading quotes from like Justin LeBoy's page, and I'm making faces like, wow. Or I think at the time, maybe I was dating somebody and he was sending some stupid messages and I was giving attitude. But it translated to her as, because she could see me rolling my eyes and doing all these different things. And she was just like, yo, do you have an attitude right now? And I'm like, no, what are you talking about? Like, it doesn't seem like you're really here. It doesn't seem like you're really, you know, into this. Like, and if you're being short with me and you're giving all these facial expressions. And I'm like, no, I don't think I wanted to tell her that I was on Instagram at the time. So maybe I was like being slick about being on my phone. Hey, cut it out. What was that? Anyway. Yeah, I think I was being slick about telling her that I was on Instagram. But in my opinion, I feel like she was projecting. I feel like maybe she was having a bad day and the day was longer than she anticipated because it felt like she was actually giving me attitude. And it wasn't an issue of, you know, I'm not into, or maybe it was, I wasn't into the moment. Aside from me being tired, if I'm being real honest, I wasn't impressed with what she was doing. And I kept trying to tell her to do certain things to make it better, but it just wasn't coming through.
She might have picked up on that.
Maybe so. Maybe that's what she was picking up on. But like, no matter what I told her, it wasn't getting better, or she wasn't listening to some of the suggestions. So yeah, if I notice that an artist is not paying attention to, like, if they ask my opinion, especially if they ask my opinion and then they're not taking the advice, then I'll tune out. I'll stop giving advice on things. And maybe that's what she took notice of.
That's the one thing I hate. Don't ask me if you're not going to listen to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if you're just going to pay me to press 3, cool. I'll do that.
I'll be a button pusher at this desk job today.
I got this one guy, and I do fucks with him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's a solid dude, but hey, bro, what you think about if I said this part? I'm like, yo, maybe if you say that, but put some flair to it, throw it over, you know, something crazy like that.
Yeah.
Swear to God, I hear you, but let me just try this. Let me just try it this way. I got it.
Oh, so he already knew how he wanted to do it, but he asked you.
He just wanted to hear what I was saying. I'm just like, dude, if you got in your mind what you want to do with your record, then do that. I hate it. And it grew to the point where I actually dreaded working with him.
Mm-hmm.
I like from rip. And again, he's a cool dude, but I got an attitude with you now because I already know what time you're about to be on. And what blew me was one day we got a mutual friend who was also an artist, female artist, and the advice that I gave him for the one record, he heard me. He ain't felt me, but he heard me. Mm-hmm. He went to her, asked her opinion. She said the same thing I said. He came back to me. He's like, yo, I talked to such and such, and she said the same thing. So you was right. You think?
Oh.
Like I would like to think I know what I'm talking about, but so stuff like that, man.
So it'll also be those artists who they ask you advice, they don't take your advice, but then after every take, how's that? How you think it sound? I'll be like, did you like it? Well, I feel like I could do it better. Let's do it better then. Like, if you already rejected my advice, then why do you care about my validation?
Right. Like, what at this point, what can I confirm for you? Because you're definitely going off self-validation at this point.
Yeah. You already have an idea of how you want the song to turn out. So, it's always interesting to me. I appreciate, and I've talked about this before, I appreciate when artists genuinely can take like criticism and critique, and then they can actually like switch up something that they're doing in the delivery. So I'll have some artists who come in and it gets on my nerves when, so rappers, right? The newer rappers who, get that filter back on there, girl. The newer rappers who have been rapping for like 3 weeks to 3 months, right? They'll come in and they want to punch every bar, but they want me to punch from the exact same location every single time. That's draining to me.
Wait, before you go further. So you're saying, let's just say 4 bars. Mm-hmm. If they got the
4 lines.
So right? If they got the first 2 lines and they're ready for the second half, are you saying they want you to start back at bar 1?
Bar 1 every single time.
See, I got the opposite. I get a lot of the punching artists who are like, don't start me too far back. They want it like right when they come in.
Mm-mm. So I'm more so speaking about like, they want me to restart the recording every single time. And for some reason, loop recording does not work for them either. There she go.
I can't even rub my legs.
Doing that cat shit. She's like, hey, did I say
yeah,
you
she wants to play.
You gotta put them paws on the stuff. But like, what is this? Do y'all, Mixed by Black says, do y'all think artists don't think we know what we talking about because of lack of relevant credits? Ooh.
Good one.
That's a good question, Black.
Black, so I definitely want to hear your opinion on that, but Blacks, go first.
In my experience, I don't think it's necessarily about, well, yeah, okay, I guess it does boil down to credits. Because I was going to say, I don't think it's about relevant credits, because I've experienced where they won't listen to the suggestions I have until they've listened to my music. So being an artist and an artist who happens to engineer, they won't take my critique or my advice on things until after I play them my music and they hear the difference in delivery and performance of my music compared to what they just gave me on the track. And so they'll give me props on how my stuff sounds, and then future sessions, that's when I notice they'll start listening more. But of course it helps too. And then the other part of that is because I'm a woman, right? A lot of the guys that I get that come in, before we really start to get to know each other and be able to have that matching workflow where we can feed off of each other's energy, they don't trust that I know how to make them perform in certain ways to get a certain performance, or even changing certain words to make it sound like what I know they're trying to get to, because I'm a girl.
Yeah, that one day you came to collab and you had the session when I was there. Mm-hmm. I got pissed off for you because dude was like, he saw me first and he was like, yo, you ready for the session? I was like, she's your engineer. Oh. And then he was like, okay, shorty, I hope you know what you're doing.
Oh.
I was like, nigga.
I hate It's old at this point. It's old. It's old.
Oh, like, bro,
At that,
fine.
I'll just be like, I hope I know what I'm doing too. I sure hope I do. Otherwise, it's gonna be a terrible session. I'm gonna start adding that part on there.
You should.
I hope I know what I'm doing too. Otherwise, the session's not gonna go too well. That's what I'm gonna start telling people. They're gonna be so mad.
I'm like, dog, y'all, people got it. But see, we're talking about relevancy, right? But we're on this side where we have to do our homework on people.
Mm-hmm.
So I think artists need to start doing the research on the engineer, even if you're just meeting for the first time. Because I'm not going to dive into how you're connected to the engineer, but just say if you get booked that engineer for that session, get their name and then try to do some homework, or even ask questions like, hey man, who you work
the person
with?
you booked with, you can ask them, hey, how is this person?
Right.
And they can tell you.
There's ways to find out who your engineer is and how they are and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
But also, small example, say if Black sent me a session, Black is a credible source. He's a great engineer. He's great at what he does. So if he's referring me, it's natural to just assume, I'll even go as far as say assume that he's putting you in a room with a very good engineer in his place.
Who have your best interests at heart for getting a dope song. So like if you already trust the studio that you're booking with or the person that you're booking through, then that means you trust their word, right? If they're gonna know other dope people, obviously. Why would someone tell you someone that's not dope? Because then that's gonna make you look at them crazy, like, oh, you referred me to this person and they don't know what they're doing.
Exactly.
But yeah, other than me being a woman, I have found that since like when people find out that I've worked with big name people like Columbus Short or Jazzy Faye or Black Round Records, right? Then they start to change their tune a little bit. But for me, mostly it's after I play them some of my music and they hear, I'm gonna flex. They hear how much better it is than theirs is. That's when they start paying attention.
Lexi.
Did you want to say yours before I read his comment? Oh wait. Well, actually, Black says, yes, I agree. You gotta see if we on the same frequency vibe-wise. Yeah. So...
Well, my experience has been both sides, of course. I'll get the artists who, well, also I know my client base. Like I do prefer to work with women more, and women are more interested in me, so that helps a lot.
Hugh Stephner appeal.
I mean, I do come on, trying, not trying. My whole thing is, all jokes aside, I want to make people feel comfortable. Even guys like, hey, look, bro, what's good, bro? How you? I'm Steph. Confidence and welcoming. I don't want you to be like, I'm the bougie engineer that just...
With the shades on.
Maybe I should start rocking shades for my sessions.
No, you look cool, actually. You look really cool.
That's what I was going for. Yeah. But, it's nice for people who don't know you to actually, okay, I'm going to hear him out. I'm trusting him. And I always thank people. Despite how many credits I got, I'm always thankful. I'm like, yo, thank you for trusting me.
Yes.
Now, you do got the other people who are a bit more established in the industry and they're on some, you know who I am. And because I had about maybe 2 or 3 of those. And I think after the second one, or the third one rather, at that point, I'm just like, you know what? I'm not working with men anymore, especially men that are like previously signed or so forth. I can't deal with ego. And it's frustrating for me because those emotions that I'm going through in that setting, it's like, okay, I took this session on a favor for, my mans. So I don't want to fuck it up. It's business. But I also understand people are crazy and, react different. So if I say how I really feel, it's not going to end good. So I have to bite my tongue and I have to just be like...
Oh, you can keep going. I'm just reading.
No, that's my thing.
Oh.
But it's not cool. It's not comfortable. My whole thing is I value respect more than who you work with, because that doesn't mean anything. I can name people that I have unreleased records with, whether we produced or engineered it. It means nothing. I mean, it means something just experience-wise and
the clout.
Pretty much.
People really think that clout will make them seem more appealing. And I have this conversation with other people all the time as far as like, they be like, oh, Lexi, why aren't you signed yet? Because a lot of shit just doesn't impress me. If I don't like my energy around you, if I don't like how you treat me, if I don't like how you if I don't like seeing how you treat others, then I don't care if you're signed. I don't care if you have name brand. I don't care what you're driving, you know?
Now, something like that means nothing to me. I'm a rebel, so that don't mean, I don't care if you're signed or unsigned. It's about how you move, whether you're unsigned, independent, whatever, major, whatever the case.
How you treat people.
That's what it's about. Because I've met people who, they're not signed to a major, they're independent, got their own thing going on, and they got the image. The only thing they may be missing is a feature from such and such.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, their numbers is looking good. And the best thing about it is they're cool. They are cool as fuck. They're like, okay, big bro, this is how you do this, and let's do business like this. It's not, well, I'm like this, and I don't really know you, so you should listen to me, because fuck what you got to say.
Mm. Oh man, this turned into a whole nother conversation. So I was working with, let me read Black's comment, and then I'll come back to my thought. So Mixed by Black says, yep, it's not till they see the IG and see me with Sony, John Legend, etc. that they like, oh shit, you the real deal. Mm-hmm. Women buy or stream more music than men, so I value their opinion a bit more, to be honest. Women, we are the ones who push the trends. And then Black says, or working with writers who just sign. Ego galore. I get more. Mm-hmm. And then he says, I get more issues from independent than major signees.
Really?
Interesting.
That is very interesting.
No.
All my indie situations be cool.
So I was gonna say, as far as like the last thought you had, I have been in a major situation, I guess you could say, writing with people who have more credits than me. And because they have more credits, somehow, even though I'm the engineer, right, and I have the expertise, because in this situation I was an engineer, and I have the expertise as it pertains to like the sound. She was telling me as a writer to do certain things because she noticed this is what other people do, but it was making the mix sound absolutely horrible. And I'm sweating, I'm pissed off, I'm like scared on the inside, because I'm like, this is, when they ask who engineered this, they're gonna say Lexi. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, I'm trying to tread the line between, she's got more, like we're in a hierarchy in the studio, and because she's worked with more people, she is like who we're taking the final word of, kind of, right? Mm-hmm. I'm trying to balance that line with the line of, but I know what I'm talking about when it comes to this audio stuff because this is what I do. She was telling me keep turning things up, and the song just got louder and louder and louder. And it wasn't until like 3 months after the fact that I talked with the producer of the song. He was like, yeah, she came in and she overproduced it. She effed it up and it sounded horrible. I was like, oh God, they recognized it was her. No.
Man.
But yeah, it was like, just because she had all these names under her belt, she could get away with telling me to basically mess up the mix. And the other part of that is, if people started associating that one bad mix or that bad product with Lexi, mm-hmm. she has the clout. She's going to get more jobs. That could potentially stunt my progress with major situations. So, it's just something.
And your position as the engineer is bigger than her role as the writer. Yeah. So exactly, they're going to look at, okay, this person can't manage sound. Now they're not going to look at, okay, maybe whatever she wrote, mm-hmm. the song is doing this, but at the end of the day, you didn't make it sound good.
And that's exactly what I was worried about. And Black said, OMG, this situation, LOL, I hate when that happens, like, trust me or nah. Is you gonna trust me or not?
Yo, you know what? We definitely need to do like a big ass podcast with all the engineers in our circle.
Oh, that'd be dope. That'd be dope. I actually thought about inviting people to the studio for Christmas, because I knew somebody who was in the studio on Christmas. I went to the studio on Christmas actually to get some files, but that's beside the point.
The files.
And then and I had the candy cane paint on too. That would have been hilarious. So yeah, but and when I was planning to do the cabin trip, people were like trying to make that recording retreat. And I was like, we might be able to do that.
That'd be dope too.
That'd be dope.
So I thought of that too, just doing like an annual thing with producers and even writers, just taking a trip somewhere for a week, just cranking out records. Without,
it's pretty cheap too. If you get a good group of people together, and everybody put in a pool of money, and that could include a chef, right? And we could just buy groceries and cook at the kitchen that they got. But that's another thing for another time. Kitty Cat, if you knock over this phone, her eyes are black.
I'm teasing her. I took my hand away.
But yeah, it's really interesting how differently people will treat you, or how egos get in the way. And that was another situation. A girl who claimed she had just been signed up in New York, and she kept getting mad at me during the session because something not right about my plugins, something not right about my template. I gotta have my guy send over the template. But I think she was really projecting onto me because she wasn't performing the way she wanted to perform. I think I get a lot of projections.
Definitely. That's something else that we experience a lot. I had an artist that was, I don't know, you could tell she was just going through something, like the way she looked and her, very emotional. She came in there, she's like, we're going to work on a singing song today.
A singing song.
But yeah, exactly. You can pick up on terminology sometimes and tell where somebody's at with their experience. Yeah. But we're gonna do like a sing song today. My voice is a little raspy because I've been smoking. Enough excuses.
Excuses.
Stop. No.
So this is how your voice is affected when you do this.
Scratch that. You know how many people successful R&B singers smoke?
Weed. Beyonce smokes weed.
Backwards. I don't know about her, but a lot of they even use backwards and so forth. Stop using excuses. She came in there and she couldn't deliver it. She ended her session.
And did she try to blame you?
She did it. It was the slick comments, and she was trying not to, because I think, what was she saying? I think she said, even when we first started, she's like, okay, well, I'm gonna try you out because I don't know how you are, and I'm just like, okay, let's strike one. And then when she ended the session, she's like, I'm gonna have to come back. I can't do this today.
I can't do this today.
I'm not saying you or anything, but maybe you have to still learn my sound because I'm not feeling it right now. I'm like, Shorty, you in your head.
In your head.
I told you, I'll text you my credits and credentials and all that good stuff. And you do what you will with that. But don't project onto me because you can't get your session. You're not a singer. And it's okay to admit that.
Mixed by Black says, don't be afraid to switch the vibe. I've done that many times. They may come in wanting to do one thing, but was feeling a different way. So we did a whole other song. And yes, Beyonce smokes. Yeah,
Black for president.
Black for president. Yeah, that people come in and project stuff onto me. Like, I had a similar situation where a girl, she could not get out. Well, she didn't blame me though. It just came off as her not being confident because she had smoked. Girl, she had smoked before she came in, and she was like, I don't know why I smoke before I come in because it always makes me paranoid and I get dry mouth and I didn't bring my water, and it was just excuse after excuse after excuse. And it was kind of throwing me off too because I'm trying to tell her, like, you sound good, like you're giving what I need you to give, but she wasn't convinced of it herself, so she kept trying to change it up. But back to that one girl who had just got signed, she was like, oh, I don't know, my guy, I need to have him send my template because I'm just like, she had been doing, well, she was tired. I'm trying to figure out how much shit I should be talking. I like to keep it real on this LexCATL. Hugh Stephner. So, oh my gosh, she's so cute. So, I think she had just gotten off a plane, and she was messing with one of the dudes who she came to the studio with, who was the friend of one of my clients, if y'all are keeping up with all of this. So she was tired, which I get that. maybe you should not have come to this session if you were exhausted. It's okay to rest. But they had been doing hella drugs. So she was out of it. I'm just like, of course it's not gonna sound how you want it to sound, because you're not even really hearing how it's sounding because you're so out of it with the drugs, or you're tired from the trip or whatever. But she just kept saying, yeah, something's not right, something's just not right. I think I need a template, or I need to maybe have you send the files over to my guy. I'm just like, all right, whatever.
I think artists, I don't know if I hate not hate. I don't know what I dislike more. Artists who think they understand how plugins work, or artists who just don't know how they work at all. Mm-hmm. Because the ones who don't know how they work at all, they just expect like they go to the studio and based off how it looks, they expect their stuff to just be like A1. Mm-hmm. But everyone's template is different, and you can achieve the same thing. It's just at that point, just the engineer know how to utilize the tools. Yeah. But yeah, it'd be the worst. Like, okay, I'm gonna have my engineer send over the template because this ain't. And I'm like, no,
those be the same ones.
It's you
say all of that, but then they don't even have a hard drive to take their files with them.
Right, you over here trying to puff your chest out. You not even fully prepared. If it was to that point where you like how this engineer has your template or whatever the case, you would have that on your hard drive. You would have
made sure you had it,
so that you don't even have to worry about coming to another session empty-handed, wondering,
how's it gonna sound.
But it's so much that goes into this.
It's a lot.
I will say, have we gotten off topic or?
We did, but we could always change the title.
It's just, this is the stuff we go through. Yeah. But going back to...
She about to go for my toes.
She's on.
You about to get locked up in the room. You are a distraction.
A cute. A gray, smoky, cute attraction.
My goodness. Oh!
Yikes.
Kitty cat.
You had accuracy before, now all of a sudden you want to...
And that's when I tell them, learn to record yourself and send me the session to mix. You don't say that for real. Oh my God.
I believe it, because I offer a lot of people. Well, I'll do it in another way.
Violence, just like, oh my God. She just attacked my foot.
Oh yeah, she's on.
Something else I want to do. There was something you said about how artists think they know plugins. So I think I talked about it before, but not on the podcast, where I had a guy come in, and it was my first time working with him. And for me, it started out bad because he immediately comes in, oh, you sure you know what you're doing? Ha 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 ha. And I, at this point, just have to do a fake laugh. I hope so. But yeah, the session I thought was going cool. He was telling me what to do. And as far as like, well, it was minimal, but he was telling me like, can you turn up my reverb, or can you turn the auto tune up? So I'm thinking, okay, he's had experience being in studios. He knows what he wants. Come to find out, like a week later, oh yeah, she wasn't really into the session like I thought. She wasn't really telling me what to do. I was looking for her to be more involved. I'm just like, you didn't give me the impression, or you didn't say it out your mouth explicitly that you wanted my advice. And these days I'm starting to get better clients because they'll tell me before the session starts, if you want to give me any critique or you think I should say something better, then just let me know. But back then, like, I guess the less experienced artists that I work with, they're looking to me to set the vibe, which, yeah, I get that, but I'm always telling people that I work with, this is your song, this is your vision that you're asking me to help make come to fruition. But if you don't know how you want it to go before you come into the studio, then I'm not really going to be any help to you. So I don't really, and as an artist, I understand, because I don't like people telling me what to do in my songs. So I'm going to look to the artist to tell me basically what kind of session we're going to have. And then I'll just fit into whatever energy. But if they never let me know, I'm at the point where I don't volunteer my criticism or my critique because I've learned that'll mess up a vibe very quickly. So these days I might tell people like, hey, do you want me to offer my advice? Such and such, whatever. And some of them will be cool with it. Others are just like, no, I already know how I want it to go. Then I'll just follow whatever energy they're giving. But that really hurt my feelings that day. I was like, so you couldn't communicate to me that you wanted me to give you a little more feedback? You were sounding like you knew what you were doing. You mean to tell me you didn't get what you wanted? That's news to me. Artists are not going to hurt my feelings if they tell me that, I wish you would have been more this or that during the session, because that's good information for me, especially if we're going to be working together more in the future. But also, side note, I don't care about them kind of sessions because I only see them niggas like twice a year anyway. So these days I don't get too hung up on comments like that. But if it's especially somebody that I've been working with a lot, then it hurts my feelings if they feel like they didn't get what they wanted to when they came to the session, because that's the whole purpose of coming to the studio. You had an idea and you want to put out that idea into the world, and you're trusting me to help you with that idea, helping it come to life. So for me to feel like you didn't get that makes me feel bad as an engineer. But what Black say, closed mouths don't get fed. I have a conversation at the beginning of the session for new clients to find out how they work. Then I'll throw out a couple ideas. If they catch those, then I'll get into producer mode. Yeah. These days I'm getting more, I'm caring less about how somebody is going to react to me, because I would rather them find out sooner that they don't like me as their engineer rather than later. But I'm finding that the more I speak out, and Hugh Steph gives a head tilt, but I'm finding out that the more I speak out, I actually enjoy the sessions more with clients that I can critique or ask them to do something over or give me more emotion or change how you're saying the word here or there. That's what gets me engaged in the song and in the whole process of it being made. And to kind of bring it full circle to what we started out talking about with that girl who was upset at the facial expressions I was making. I wasn't into her song, and I wasn't into what she was trying to do, and I was in my phone. I wasn't paying attention to what she was doing. I'll be very honest, because I was bored, and the advice that I was trying to give her, she wasn't taking it, and I think she was projecting onto me. She had a long day at work as well, so she was probably tired, had an attitude from that, but also, she wasn't doing what she wanted to do. And was, oh, you got an attitude? I don't. I'm just doing my job. But, yeah.
You gotta take it, as an artist, you have to take in consideration. Let's just say it's late. You're asking me to get out my bed to come to your session for you that may not give me no exciting shit. So what do you expect me to do other than to do my job? There's not going to be any excitement there. It's not, and that's that again with the topic. That's the reality of it. I had an artist, and here's another one. Artists who come from another city, who feel they're the biggest in their city, they come here with those same expectations. So I had this one dude. It's funny enough because he looked like Chief Keef.
He had the dreads too.
He had the dreads, dark skin, all that.
The teeth.
I ain't looking at this girl like that.
I don't even believe in Jesus. Why you got a Jesus piece?
I called it.
Oh shit. Never mind. What song does Chief Keef do? I've never. You can tell I'm a fan.
Right. What he got the?
Bang bang.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of the name. I can't get my name together.
Oh God.
Sosa.
I don't know that song. I wish I could find that video. The dude was like making fun of Chief Keef. It was like, yeah, coming to a son, I gotta stop.
Yeah.
Oh my God, what's the rest of that video? If I was a car, I had to stop.
Yeah, you gotta find it.
I gotta find it. I'll put it in this.
But dude, came and he's
Oh
just,
my God.
again, I respect confidence. I'll never take it away from this brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the hottest where I'm from, man. You gonna love this. Da, 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 da. We do the song and I'm hearing, I'm like,
Don't tell me what I'm gonna love.
thank you.
You don't know me.
Not everybody's gonna like your shit.
Not everybody's gonna like your shit.
The music's cool, not exciting, cool. And also, it's just probably me. I just wasn't in that mood for that. I want to say it's not that he was like strictly trap. I think he was melodic trap with a little
Oh, so he was more so singing than rapping.
yeah, but with a Midwest twist, if that makes sense. So I don't know. That's the best example I can give. And he asked me at the end of the session, at the end, he said, "So what you think, man? Hard, ain't it? Hardest stuff you ever heard." And I'm like, I feel if you would have did this and critiquing, I said, if you would have did this different, I think it would have hit a little bit harder for me. I said, but it is cool. It's a cool joint, you know what I'm saying? And I hate when they ask me, so if you didn't know me, would you download this?
No.
You're not ready for that answer.
I don't even hold back no more. I just be like, I don't think, I'll say it nicely too. I don't think I'm your target audience with this song.
And that's straight up. And then another one that they hate is when I say, you know what, it's cool. It's one of those that just gotta grow on me. It didn't grab me, it's just gonna grow on me.
That's a nice way to say it.
Well, I said something like that, and he's like,
He's upset too.
"Oh, word, you know what? That's cool, but I don't know. You know, I'm going crazy back home, but you know, maybe this just ain't your thing." I said, "Hey,
yeah, maybe not.
Maybe
we
not.
on the same page.
You get it." And then, funny enough, he unfollowed me, and I never heard from him again.
Take it personal.
He was ass hurt. But again, it's like, dude, you gotta look at also on our side of behind the scenes, you know, as an engineer, producer, writer. How many songs have you submitted to labels or A&Rs that you've written or did a reference track to, and you got the same, oh, it was cool, but we're not looking for that.
A lot of those.
I've had tons of moments like that where they're just, yeah, what else you got? You playing on your best stuff, what else you got?
What else you got?
And, you know,
sometimes you play them what you think is your worst, and they bump with that the hardest.
Exactly. I've been learning that a lot over the years.
What? You like this trash that I barely gave any effort to?
But regardless of...
She got your feet.
No, she does, but she was messing with the tripod.
No.
Regardless...
She does not like peace. She likes problems.
She wants to...
Always.
Oh wait, these are these shoes. You can...
Girl.
Yeah, you can mess these up, I don't care. Yeah,
My
she's
goodness.
in Playboy.
She is so playful today.
What was I doing?
A&R's not gonna like it. The stuff that you don't even think is your best, that's what they be rocking with the most a lot of times.
Regardless of the feedback you get, you have to understand this industry. Again, oh, that's what I was gonna say. So, if you're submitting music to someone that you need, like an A&R or whatever, you have to understand that believe it or not, they're going to be biased. They have a mood, they have a vibe, and an opinion. So you have to take that into consideration. But you don't submit something and they deny it, and you're just like, oh, they don't know what they're talking like crazy. Don't get an attitude about it. Figure out what's missing. Figure out what they want. And I've seen it. So I got a homie that's an A&R, and 90% of the stuff I sent to him to send to other writers. Nah, bro, I'm telling you that ain't it. I don't want to submit this stuff because it's going to make me look bad. I need some like super fire. This ain't it. I'm saying record played for other artists, whoever, and they love it. So I see the bias, but also I didn't take it as this nigga crazy. What we talking about? I said, you know what? I know what he like. I'm gonna figure it out, and I'm gonna give it to him. And then, surely enough, one day when I wasn't even thinking about him, I had made some beat, put it on Instagram. And he said, yo, what is that? Well, I told you send me fire. You should have been sent that. I said, bro, I just made it.
But so, that's also kind of bringing full circle back to what you were saying earlier about how you treat people. Part of how you treat people is how you respond to people. if every time somebody says they don't necessarily rock with something that you made and you're blowing up on people, unfollowing them, blocking them, doing whatever, then that's not going to make you look professional. It's not going to make you look mature. But it's also going to be like, why should people rock with you if we have a small disagreement and you can't handle the criticism, or we can't talk anymore because you don't like something that I said?
That's why this industry is not for a lot of people.
Yeah.
You gotta have some thick skin. You're gonna be told no. You're gonna be. You know what? I would rather be told no than to be told yes with no with a smile.
Yeah.
Which is yes, but you don't like it.
It cuts out a lot of BS. I look for those no's up front now.
Tell me you don't like my shit.
And I won't, because especially from what I did earlier this year, I won't try to appeal necessarily. So for me, it's gonna be different, right? Kind of. As an artist, but then as a producer, it's like two different sets of thinking that you kind of have to put yourself into. You have to compartmentalize. So me as a songwriter, Steph C or Hugh Stephner as a producer, right? Somebody says they don't like a certain vibe that we did or a certain song that we did. Once we get to know those people more, we can start pushing out more stuff that they expect or more stuff that they want. Me as an artist, I just know that that's not my audience. And those are not the people that are going to be into what I'm doing. So I'll go find somebody else. So on the songwriter side, I'm more open and willing to tailor my things to what people are wanting. But as an artist, there's just way too many people who have different tastes. Not everyone's gonna like me, but I know there are gonna be hella people out there who will like my stuff. But what I went through earlier this year, as far as like some of the situations I was in, I was actually brought on as a songwriter first. And then because I knew more than, the engineer they brought me on as an engineer as well. But what started happening was they were taking my advice less and less as a songwriter and were only wanting me there to push buttons. So, and I don't know, I was writing stuff for me back then, but this is a whole nother conversation, but the people I was working with, they kept trying to pitch stuff that I was writing for me and be like, oh yeah, play it for this artist, see if she likes it. And she wasn't rocking with it. And part of me was like upset, like, dang, she doesn't want it. But I was also happy because she didn't want it. But then part of me was upset because it's like, oh, they don't like my music. It kind of felt like a rejection to me because they didn't like my writing style. And at that point I was comparing myself a lot, like, they're in a label situation, so they know, what kind of music is probably going to get people's attention. But after a certain amount of time, I had to realize that I don't have to feel like I need approval from these people in this room, because y'all were never my intended audience for this in the first place. So when it comes to being an artist, not everybody is going to rock with your stuff, and that's okay. Just go on and find your audience, find your tribe. On the songwriter producer side, it's a little different because we kind of have to tailor those products to the people who are buying. But as an artist, if someone doesn't rock with what you're doing, don't let yourself get too glum about it, because I was definitely putting myself in a bad place mentally for those few months that I was working with them, as far as the comparisons that I kept doing. And it's like, man, this person has a label situation. Why don't I have a label situation? Maybe they know something more than I know. The simple answer is that's just not your audience. So find people who do like it. Yeah. So just go find people who do like your stuff. It's not the end of the world if somebody doesn't like your music.
Trust me, there's a lot of people in this world. 10 people over here may not fuck with it, but 30 people over here gonna rock with it. Find your audience.
Yep. You got to find your audience. Thank y'all so much for joining me and Hugh Stephner in our multiple conversations today. Doesn't matter which one you're seeing, if this is the first, second, possibly third installment of our conversation. Thank y'all so much for tuning in with us and chatting with us. You got anything you want to share with people that you might be working on, or that you're about to release, or any last words, anything for real?
Well, real quick, so going back to what you were saying about me reintroducing myself as an artist or re-tapping into that experience, I am looking to start putting out Jersey Club records because it's grown to the point where everyone's familiar. Like, whoever has a TikTok, you've heard of a Jersey Club record. There's challenges and so forth. So I am going to be doing that. If you have a dope song of yours that you like and you need it remixed, put a Jersey spin on it so it can go viral, hit me up because that's my specialty. I am born and raised in New Jersey.
Acapellas?
I need acapellas and an instrumental. Shit, if we get really creative, I can even remake the beat and just use the acapella. But it just depends on where my mind is with it, how I vibe with it.
Interesting. I like that. And where can the people find you, Hugh Stephner?
Instagram, because I it used to all be the same thing, but I changed it.
Steph C Baby.
Everything used to be Steph C Baby, but I believe everything is now under Hugh Stephner. HUGHSTEPHNER.
Hugh Stephner.
Sneffner.
Stephner? Did I say Sneffner?
Sneffner.
Hugh Stephner. Hugh Stephner, everybody. So yeah, thank y'all so much for joining in on the conversation. Let us know what you thought about the conversation in the comment section down below as the cat chews on the tripod. And yeah, what do you think about the different things we talked about? The relationship between artist and engineer, artists, how everybody's not gonna like your stuff, or even, finding your tribe, finding your audience, and then trying to figure out why you do this music or why you're involved in the industry. Let us know what you think about any of those conversations in the comments down below. And if you would like to support me, see me do more of this creative content and have more time to do this kind of stuff, then please make sure you support me on Patreon at patreon.com/LexCATL. That's LEXCATL. It's LexCATL basically on everything around the world. For as low as $5 a month, you can get exclusive content that the general public has not seen, and you will get access to this content way before the general public. Whereas I might do this, let's say today's a Monday, but I might not release it for another 2 weeks. If you're a patron, I don't know what that was. If you're a patron, you can see this as soon as I upload it, not when I make it public to the general public. So if that's something you're interested in, then make sure you go to patreon.com/LexCATL to support me for as low as $5 a month. But thank you all so much for joining us today. My name is Lexi. This is Hugh Stephner. Peace.
Peace.